What's up, guys? It is me, Benjamin, coming at you with a brand new video, and today it's more of a let's play slash commentary. I'm going to be playing some Halo 2. Love this game. Quite possibly my favorite Halo games campaign of all the Halo games, just purely because I played it a lot when I was a little kid, and it kind of holds a special place in my heart just because I really played this game a ton, and I never had Xbox Live when this game was around, so I just played split screen with people, and yeah, so and the reason why I'm playing this is this isn't going to be an ongoing series or anything. That's why I'm not calling this a walkthrough, although it is a single player level. Just going to play the first level on Legendary, and just going to talk about E3, big news obviously. I'm going to dive right into that just because there's been a lot of interesting stuff going on, so let's get right into it. Anyway, I am playing on Legendary here before I start going. God, I stutter so much. Sorry about that. Anyway, first point of interest right now would be Halo at E3 had a huge presence, obviously. And they aren't even done yet, apparently. They said they're releasing news every day of E3, and it's only Wednesday, so they got a lot of stuff coming out. Obviously, the first point of interest is Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Halo running at 1080p on dedicated servers, 60 frames per second. That's a big deal. As I say, it's about time any of those things have happened. I mean, 60 frames per second, that's a little bit more pushy because it's a little bit more next gen, so it's not too off branch that hasn't happened yet. But dedicated servers and 1080p, that should have happened by now. Anyway, by the way, this is the hardest campaign, so I might die a little bit here. Not super good at it anymore. I haven't played it in 5 years probably. Although I do remember how to play through these levels just because I kind of got it down to a science almost. Anyway, so the Master Chief Collection, yeah, as I said, it's Halo running at 1080p, 60 frames per second on dedicated servers, so no more lag switching and host booting, and no more standbying either, even though that's a little bit more old school. Definitely looking forward to that. So the game includes, or at least this is what we know so far about the game. Halo Master Chief Collection includes all 4 of the Halo games with Master Chief in it, and I just died there because I suck. It includes all 4 of those games, plus includes access to the Halo 5 beta, which comes out on December 27th, only on Xbox One. And also we'll be getting the live-action Nightfall by Ridley Scott. I haven't been up to date on that, so I didn't even know there was a live-action thing coming out anytime soon. So that's interesting. Didn't know about that. So I'm definitely looking forward to all that good stuff. Halo 5 beta. I'm really happy they're doing a beta. Seems kind of early considering the game is set to come out in the fall of 2015, but I guess that's just because they want to actually, get feedback from the people who play in it. It's not more of just a server stress test like, the Titanfall or Battlefield 4 betas, where it was just, those were just kind of to see if the game actually worked or not. Whereas the Halo 5 beta is definitely going to be more gameplay oriented in terms of like what they're using it for. So I'm very excited about that. And the Master Chief Collection, to get more into that specifically, what they've done is they've basically put all 4 games, all 4 of the engines on one disc, but they're all linked together under one menu, or UI if you want to call it that, which is actually really cool in my opinion. It's kind of nice that you don't have to switch back and forth between the games just to play them. And they did do a trailer that was kind of almost a trailer for both Halo 5 and the Master Chief Collection, which I really liked how they did that. They basically, if you recall the scene at the end of this mission that I'm playing here, the scene where Master Chief is holding on to the Covenant bomb and he drives it out into space, they basically redid that scene almost in really incredible looking graphics, like next gen looking. And then they kind of meld it together with the new character, Agent Locke, who I've been keeping up to date on Halo 5, is the other guy on the box art of Halo 5. So definitely looking forward to that. Looks really cool. Anyway, gonna do a little noob combo here. That's how you play. That's how you play campaign on this game. You just gotta pretty much how you play Legendary on all the Halo games is noob combo. Although it's not quite as effective on this game, just because this game is much more brutal in the sense that the enemies are very intelligent on this game. It's kind of like an arcade style, just kind of punishment almost. Like if you think about really hard arcade games, they just kind of try to like make it as difficult as possible. Anyway, getting off track though, back to the Master Chief Collection. The game includes all 4 games, and as far as I'm concerned, Halo CE is going to be the Anniversary Edition, so you get the old and new graphics for CE, as well as the Halo 2 campaign. You get the new fancy graphics because it's the Anniversary Edition, plus the old graphics, and it switches back instantly, which is nice because it's not, you don't get that little delay time with CE Anniversary on the 360. That's probably because they have the new hardware to work with, so it's a lot easier to pull stuff like that off. Anyway, next on the subject matter would be Halo 3. Not remastered, but definitely upgraded in terms of like its visual fidelity. It's not a reskinned like, you know, next gen type looking thing. It's not. It's just the 1080p 60 frames per second dedicated servers. That's the upgrade that Halo 3 and 4 get. They don't get fancy skins. Halo 4 doesn't need it, almost in the sense because it already looks like, you know, borderline next gen. I mean, it was stressing the 360 enough on the console that it was released on, so definitely got some work going there. And the maps is the only thing I was a little bit iffy on this at first, but I mean, you know, you're getting 4 games and they're all good games, so I'm not, well, Halo 4 it's an okay game. I'll say that. I mean, the story in Halo 4 I liked a lot. I liked the campaign. Multiplayer got kind of dry, so probably not going to play too much of the Halo 4 multiplayer on the Master Chief Collection. As for the other 3, though, what they've done is they're giving you the original multiplayer and the original graphics. Every single map, including Halo 4, so all 4 games. So that's like over 100 maps that they're giving you. Every single one, all the DLC, all on the same disc, which is amazing that they put that much stuff on one disc. And then next in line would be the Halo 2 maps. So a lot of people were wondering, well, if they're, you know, giving the Halo 2 campaign a graphical overhaul, what about the multiplayer? What's happening with that? And what they've done is they've taken 6 of the most iconic maps from Halo 2. They showed off one of them at E3, which was Ascension, which is an awesome map. If you've never played on Ascension, you should. And I'd assume the others include like Lockout, Coagulation, just, you know, a lot of the really famous Halo 2 maps that people played a lot. Lockout's a great map, my favorite map on Halo. Ironically, this is my favorite mission on Halo. Both came from the same game. Blackout's a good map too. I mean, it's just a reskinned version of Lockout, though. And they're taking all those maps, though, and they're basically making them look next-gen. So, like, the graphical fidelity that the Halo 2 Anniversary campaign will have, that's what these maps are going to look like. They're going to look really, really nice, really polished, and they're, you know, doing a lot of great stuff with the multiplayer. They got Elite's character models back just for these 6 maps, which is good, because I personally really like. I never used the Elite model that much. I mean, just to screw around sometimes. But I just like the fact that you could do it, though. I thought it was nice that you could play as a different player model. And they kind of dragged that downhill with Halo Reach in the sense that they just almost like decided not to care about it anymore. And I don't know. I just felt it was kind of lazy of them. They just kind of stopped doing it almost. I mean, the only place you ever saw Elites was either an Elite Slayer TU update. That didn't come up that much in matchmaking anyway. And then you had Invasion, which I never played because, quite frankly, it wasn't that fun. Anyway, though, so you get 6 of these maps plus the original Halo 2 multiplayer playing on the original engine. So these are different. Like, it's the same map, but it's playing on a different engine. So not to be confused, what they showed at E3, if you go and look it up, it's not playing on the Halo 2 engine at all. It has Halo 2 weapons in it, like the SMG and the original HitScam BR, which looks awesome, by the way. They used the Halo 4 sniper model. I hope that's a placeholder, because it would be nice if they actually, went to the trouble and made it look good. And that was another point of concern of mine. Was I was watching a demo of the of this level, in fact, Cairo Station, in the next gen graphics, and I noticed that the elite models were Halo 4 elite models, and that bothered me a lot. One, because I don't like the Halo 4 Elite models. I think they look really hideous looking, to be honest. And they aren't. It's not canon. It doesn't make sense for them to look like that, because those are the insurrectionist elites. I don't remember what they're called exactly. Sorry, I got to catch up on my Halo fan fiction. But it just doesn't make sense. And then I saw a picture of the shipmaster, and it looks like he's wearing the correct armor. So I think it's just a placeholder, hopefully. It would make sense, because they already went to the trouble to make the shipmaster look like how he was supposed to look. And then I saw another picture of the elites in the Halo 2 anniversary multiplayer, those 6 maps, and they looked like they were supposed to look as well. So I'm assuming the Cairo Station demo was just a placeholder-ish, which is good, because those elites look really bad. I mean, it's not like they look bad in the Halo 4 multiplayer campaign. It just doesn't make sense for them to be in Halo 2, because they didn't exist at that point, or they didn't use that armor at all. So definitely, oh, my controller disconnected. Definitely happy that they are going to get that taken care of, or at least I'm hoping. When I saw that picture of the shipmaster, I was very relieved. I was like, oh, thank God, maybe they're, placeholder-ish. Anyway. So that was one of my 2 concerns with the Master Chief Collection. The other concern I had was the matchmaking system. They haven't really dived into how well that's going to work yet. The dedicated servers obviously is great, because no more host booting, which is a pain in the ass if you've played Halo 3 before. Really irritating. But I'm not sure what the playlists are going to do. And I'm not talking about the campaign playlist, which they did talk about. I don't really care that much about that. I mean, I'll probably play it if there's any achievements tied to it, but let's be honest, it's like, no one does that much. And another thing I didn't even mention is I don't even have an Xbox One yet, which I'm going to have to get one this summer, because there's a bunch of games coming out that I've pre-ordered that's coming out like this fall, so I'm going to have to get one at some point here. And the reason why I don't have one yet is just because I'm too lazy. I have enough money to go buy one. I'm too damn lazy to go get one. Anyway, sidetrack. What was I saying? Oh yes, the other concern I had with the matchmaking was the playlists. And what they've described it as, I'm not sure if this is final, but they've described it as cross-game playlists, where it's just based on game type. So you have a Team Slayer playlist that has Team Slayer games based on all 4 games, which I'm not sure I like. I would prefer, honestly, like separate game playlists, even if they had to cut out the fact of choosing a game type over just, choosing which game, because to be honestly, I don't want to have to play Halo 4 multiplayer when I'm searching in Team Slayer playlist. That's not going to work. Definitely not a fan of this idea. Hopefully they split it up into playlists that are, desirable, and but as I said, this isn't final. This is just what they've said so far. And then the last concern I had was the ranking system. This hasn't really been discussed at all, except one of the 343 employees hinted and kind of teased a Halo 2-esque multiplayer ranking system, which is fine. It's better than anything else, really. I mean, I personally like the Halo 3 ranking system, but that's just me. It's not far off different in terms of what the Halo 2 one did, except it's purely win-loss based. Like, there's no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 through 50. It's not like that. It's just, if you win, you go up a rank. If you lose, you go down. And there's a couple, mediations within there, are you playing against people who are higher than you? Are you playing against people who are lower than you? What kind of ranks do the players on your team have? That kind of stuff, which is pretty prominent through Halo 3, which I like. So it's pretty similar, to be honest. As I said, I never played Halo 2, so I can't say that for certain, but from what I know about the Halo 2 ranking system, it's not far off different from Halo 3, even though a lot of people like the Halo 2 one way more than the Halo 3 one. So that's it for the Master Chief Collection. Super excited for it. As you can see, more noob combo from me. Lots of noob combo in this game. Very excited. As I said, I'm gonna have to get an Xbox One. I pre-ordered that, and I pre-ordered Destiny a long time ago. So I'm gonna get beta access to Destiny, which is nice. Very excited for that coming this summer. I'm gonna play the shit out of that. Even if I don't have an Xbox One by the time it comes out, I'm still gonna play it a lot on the 360. Have to get an Xbox One by September though, because that's when Destiny comes out. And then another game I haven't pre-ordered but I want is Titanfall. That's probably another game I'll end up getting later in the fall or maybe early 2015 just because it looks cool, and it was one of the games that originally caught my eye. I mean, there aren't that many games on the Xbox One that I'm super interested in. GTA 5 got announced. That's another thing from E3 for the next-gen consoles as well as PC. I'll probably get it for Xbox One or PC. I already have it for the 360. So I'm not sure I want it for the Xbox One. It'd be nice to have it on PC just because you can do mods and stuff, which is pretty fun if you've ever played GTA 4 on the PC. Rocking the sword there was just trying to... I don't know why I was using the sword. It's worthless on Legendary. Anyway, definitely, as I said, looking forward to that. What else came from E3? Let's see. They did a Destiny. They announced the release date of the Destiny beta, which is I think the it's the 17th of July. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's when it starts, and that's on PS4 and PS3. So no news on when the Xbox 360 or Xbox One's going to get it, which to me is really the only thing I care about because I don't have a PlayStation. Never going to get one. Not that I have a grudge against people who own PlayStations. I'm not one of those people. If you like PlayStation, that's great. Support your console. And the alpha, which is something I didn't even know was happening, is going on this week for the PlayStation 4 and 3. They get a week-long alpha, like God knows how, like a month in advance before even the beta comes out, which is actually, that's a good perk. The 360 and Xbox One don't even get that. So I know Bungie said that they weren't picking favorites, but either they are or Activision is, and I think it's Activision to be honest because they're the ones who publish the game and they have a lot more authority in that sense, like who gets what first and stuff. So I definitely think they're kind of picking sides with this. It's either Bungie or Activision, as I said. I love Bungie to death. My favorite game company ever, just because they've produced so many good games, but you never know. Oh, I love this part. Got a plasma pistol him in the knee. Got him right before he smacked me too, which is kind of funny. Got the melee in this game is really OP. Let's see, what else got announced through E3? Trying to think. Sunset Overdrive, it looks okay. It's a little bit different, if you ask me. I love the trailer they did. They were making fun of all the typical modern warfare shooters that are out there, and they kind of just did a little homage to that, and almost just kind of big slap in the face, kind of, to all the people who like those games. Because to be honest, I don't like any of those warfare shooter games. They don't get me, or I don't get them anyway. Definitely, I've never really played them a lot. But I mean, I played them a lot, like when Modern Warfare 2 was around. But that was the last one I played a decent amount, and I still didn't play it that much. Halo's always been my shooter. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other stuff that's been announced right now. Let's see. Battlefield Hardline. That got announced earlier, actually, but they did a little bit more gameplay during E3. It looks pretty sweet, actually. It's not a Modern Warfare shooter. It's something different. It's like Payday, except it's Battlefield's engine, which is actually really cool looking, if you ask me. So you still get all the loadouts and stuff. You get to pick like scopes and stuff on your weapons, but it's not, military-based shooters. Like it's an objective thing like Payday, and it's going to be like 30 on 6 or something, which is really different, if you ask me. So definitely like the direction they're taking that. I always applaud companies, even if they don't do a good job at it. I always applaud the companies that try and change their franchises. I mean, so that's why I still give 343 some credit. At least they tried something different. Although, to be fair, you could argue that Reach tried something different, and then Halo 4 just made it worse. So, almost yes and no. 343 kind of built upon what Reach did right, but then kind of messed some of the stuff up that they did wrong and made it worse. So, didn't like Infinite Sprints. No. Not for a Halo game. That's fine. That's where you go and play COD if you want. Running around. That's the game you play. Don't play COD anymore. Yeah, I'm just kind of pushing through this level right now. Love this level. Great level. Cairo Station's it's a classic level. Not to mention it has a classic cutscene at the end of it too, which is part of the reason why I like it so much. Let's see, I'm trying to think of other stuff. I'm blanking out right now. I noticed Xbox, this isn't really a piece of news, but it's a good sign if you ask me, is Xbox has kind of said, okay, we seriously screwed up last year. Let's not talk about TV or entertainment or football anymore. I mean, I love football personally, but when I watch the Xbox press conference at E3, I don't want to hear anything about NFL, even though I love it so much. It's just not what I'm watching for. I'm watching for games. So I'm definitely very happy that when Phil Spencer came out on the stage and he said, we're dedicating this entire conference to games, I was like, yes, thank you. You got it right this time. You actually knew what you were doing. And they gave us a lot of Halo, which was really nice. Definitely was very happy about that. Let's see. I know I'm kind of not really up to date on everything that happened at E3. I only watched Sony and Microsoft's press conference, and I didn't really see anything that interested me at Sony's press conference besides Destiny. So that kind of just was kind of blanco, if you ask me. They did talk about TV actually, which was surprising. I saw some people in the comments of the video that I was watching kind of angry about it. It was like, oh, Microsoft figured it out. Now why is Sony doing it? Why are they talking about entertainment now? So it was kind of funny that they kind of switched roles almost. Although Sony's definitely off to a better foot than Microsoft is. Sony just got themselves dipped in a little bit. Microsoft went splashing all over the place. Like, I hate these guys. The freaking the Flyers, the Airborne Elites. What are they called? Shit, Rangers, Elite Rangers. There we go. I gotta remember my Halo. I gotta know that stuff. I'll be ashamed of myself if I ever forget all that fan fiction in my brain, because I do have a lot. I've read most of the books and stuff, so I have a good knowledge of all of it. To kind of move off the subject of what happened at E3, more speculation since we're only halfway through it. I saw a trailer for a game called Phantom Dust, I believe. Somebody else pointed this out on YouTube. I didn't figure this out, and they pointed out a Halo Wars poster in the trailer for this game. So, and it was at the Microsoft press conference, and the game was an Xbox One exclusive. So I'm curious as if they're teasing Halo Wars 2, which I would be fine with, because I liked Halo Wars. It was a good game. I like RTSs and I like Halo, so mixing them together made me happy, even though I still think the shooters are 10 times better. A lot of people didn't like Halo Wars. I thought it was a fine game. I mean, a lot of people were bitching because it's not a shooter, but, you know, what are you going to do? You got 3 games in a row every year. It's just like, it's kind of, give me a break. Sure, they weren't full, you know, pieces of the trilogy and whatnot, but they were still good games. Oh god, the drones. I hate this part of the level. Still, a lot of people are wondering, though, if that's something they were teasing, and, you know, it might get announced. And, I'm still hoping for more Master Chief Collection gameplay, because they already showed Cairo Station, or at least not all of it, but a little bit of Cairo Station, and then they showed that really sexy trailer at the Microsoft press conference. That was, I think I needed to change pants after I watched that. That was nice. When I saw Master Chief in that Mark 6 armor, I was so happy. Like, yeah, see, that was the one thing, is a lot of people were speculating Halo 2 Anniversary just as a standalone. A lot of people were wondering, like, oh, what is 343 going to do? Are they going to use the original engine? they gonna use the original player models and update them, or are they just gonna be lazy and pull models from other games, which is one of the things I was worried about with the Elites, as I mentioned earlier. So I was very happy to see that they actually used the Mark 6 armor and just made it really nice looking, as opposed to, like, I don't know, being really lazy and pulling the Halo 4 armor, which would suck. That would be such a disappointment. And as I said, I thought they did a really good job blending it into, like, kind of almost a tease, not only the Master Chief Collection, but as well as Halo 5. And then they did show a something I didn't mention earlier in the video. I didn't mention the Halo 5 beta multiplayer trailer, which was kind of interesting to me. I was just like, well, you know, that's kind of... Yeah. So anyway, pretty happy about that. Sorry, I just totally... my circuitry and stuff all crossed out over here, so I apologize for that pause. I can't remember what I was talking about there. Anyway, Halo 2 level, getting close to the end here. Got the plasma pistol again. Definitely trying my luck here with the nuke combo. One of the things that makes this game so brutal on Legendary is just the fact that the enemies are no more stronger than they were normally. I mean, you will encounter stronger enemies like Ultras a lot more commonly, rather than minors and majors the entire time, which you never see in, like, the normal or easy. Which is part of the reason why I like playing it on the harder difficulty, is you get to see more of the enemies. You see the Grunt Ultras, you see, you know, you get to see a lot of cool stuff. Anyway, let's see if I can get this guy. Fingers crossed. Oh, did I stick him? No. Not so great with the plasma grenades here. As I said, though, E3 was a big success in my opinion for not only Microsoft but for Halo. Very excited. As I said, I'm trying to get a job right now, and since my studying is pretty much over at this point, and if I do end up getting one in the near future, I'm sure I'll get an Xbox One in the near future, and probably get Titanfall, which would be freaking awesome. First game. I played Titanfall until Halo came out, or Destiny. Probably won't play it that much after that, though, so I'm kind of hoping I get it before those two games come out as opposed to after, which is part of the reason why I want it right now, is just so I can play Titanfall first and then kind of leave that almost and then move on. One thing I'm not looking forward to playing Titanfall is the achievements. They're all online. Don't like that. But then again, the game is entirely online, so what are you going to do? That was a beautiful stick. Oh wow, that was a good stick too. Freaking profesh with the grenades. No, not going to get that one. But that's alright, I can noob combo. Love this level. It's a great level. Sorry, I've kind of lost sight of what I can talk about at this point, but since the video is almost over, we're almost to the epic fight scene by the bomb with the bajillion elites that spawn there. As I remember this on Legendary, and I apologize because it's been a while, I think there's a Ultra, about 4 majors, and maybe 4 minors. So, and minors are hard enough to kill, but the Ultras, man, they are cheeky bastards. There was a Zealot earlier in the level, I believe, the one with the sword that we encountered when the other station got blown up. That was a while ago in the video, but hopefully, as I said though, just to move back onto the Master Chief Collection subject, really excited for it. I can't wait till it comes out. You know, there's not much to say. I really want it. Like, I'm ready to get this game. It's going to be exciting, and I think personally it will be one of the better games that come out this year. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, almost done here. Just gonna push through here and finish this level, and I'll let you guys watch the final cutscene too. Almost got these guys taken care of. Definitely going to play a lot of Halo 3 and a lot of Halo 2. Those are probably the 2 games I'll play the most. And for the first time, Halo 1, Halo CE is going to have dedicated matchmaking servers. I mean, it never had matchmaking, the game, in its fullest, besides the PC version, but that doesn't count because it's PC. When it comes to the PC versus console subject, oh, I choked there. When it comes to the PC versus console subject, I often give PC people the most condolences in terms of, like, you know, I accept the fact that their systems are far superior in terms of technology, but the one thing that they don't have is they don't have the good games. Like, I mean, of course there's a ton of good games on PC, and don't get me wrong, you don't have the exclusives like Halo, and Destiny hasn't even been announced for PC yet. So, and what do you know? We got GTA 5 a year earlier than you did. So, there's a lot of good things about being a console gamer as opposed to being a PC gamer. Trust me, I have a lot of PC games, so I'm not taking sides here. If anything, I am definitely a PC Xbox guy, not a Sony PC guy or a PS4 Xbox guy. I'm on the Microsoft train right now. I like the Xbox and I like the PC for gaming. I don't do as much gaming on the PC. I have, like, you know, 5 games that I play a lot, and then the rest of my Steam library is just a bunch of stuff that I don't play at all. I have some good games though. I mean, like, I have, as I said, I have Halo PC. I have Half-Life 2. That's a good game. Haven't played it in a while though. I have a lot of good games that I play though. So those needles, they are real POS on this game, man. See if I can do noob combo and finish this level. Push to the end for greater glory. We must. This level is hard. It's a piece of work. Let's do dual wield for the last kill. Nice. Alright. Well, I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll let you guys watch the final cutscene here, the epic cutscene. Sorry if I'm talking over anything. Thank you so much. If you liked this video and you thought it was informative, or you just want to see more of my content, go ahead and go over to my channel and give me a like on this video and subscribe. I would always appreciate it.
How much time?
And as always, have a fantastic day.
Cairo, this is an Emberclad. The carrier shield is down. I'm in position and ready for immediate assault.
Negative, Commander. Not against a ship that size. Not on your own.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
I know what you're thinking, and it's crazy.
So, stay here.
Unfortunately for us both, I like crazy. Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
For a brick, he flew pretty good.
Chief, get inside. Gear up. We're taking this fight to the surface.